Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Okay, so this is going to be quick. Just a few points to make on my idea that maybe Trump and Hillary were working together to fix the election. Whether that involved the Russians or not, I don't really know. I mean, it's possible, but that's not the point. The point is, the Russians could have never fixed the election without having the loser in the bag, period. So, but if you look at, and I don't know why these things, nobody seemed to notice. I didn't notice either. We were made not to notice. We were fed the Russia, we're still being fed the Russia collusion thing, with Trump. As basically given a fake crime to solve so that we don't solve the real crime, which is basically the two campaigns working together to fix the election. And why? I don't know. I don't know what kind of business alliance those two have. I have no idea. I mean, there's obviously some reason, So, but if you just, I mean, it's striking, man. It is absolutely striking. It's right. It's not like, I had to do some deep dive research. It just perfectly lines up. I mean, why Hillary's the hack on the DNC, all that information wasn't revealed until Hillary was the guaranteed winner of the primary. I mean, if they were out to destroy Hillary, why didn't they do it? Why didn't they do it, earlier in the primary where it might have actually helped Bernie win the primary, And but that really doesn't. That's not part of the plan. The plan was my thesis or whatever is that that Hillary threw the election. She lost it on purpose. And, you need Hillary to win the primary in order to do that. But that's a fact. That they didn't release the hacked emails until basically the primary was just about over. I think, in fact, the opening day of the Democratic National Convention was one of the days that it was when WikiLeaks dropped the emails. DC Leaks, there's a couple others. I mean, I'll go through them very quickly, but that's the brunt of the first point I want to make is, even the high-level staffers at the DNC that were basically implicated in the hack, that were, everyone saw some of the things they were saying about Bernie. They weren't saying those things until Hillary was already the clear winner of the primary. They didn't need to be saying those things. She already won. So why? Why weren't they saying those things when it mattered? When there was actually some thoughts in the air that Bernie might have actually pulled this off early in the primary or early, in the earlier stages. But it's only when she's guaranteed winner that they're talking about these things. And in fact, some of the things that were talked about actually greatly benefit me, lined up perfectly with the Trump campaign. I'll go about pointing out that maybe Bernie's an atheist, which is very good for that would, if that kind of pushes atheists over into the Trump campaign, which they needed. They certainly didn't need Christian voters. They didn't need the evangelical voters, the Trump campaign. They had that completely 100% locked up. But that would sort of push atheists who seemingly would be totally lined up with Hillary. That kind of pushed them, made them doubt her and maybe take a look at Trump. So anyways, let me just I'm just telling you, man, these things, that's just a fact, This is all, these things, the hacks didn't get released until Hillary was the guaranteed winner, or just about. For all practical purposes, these emails were subsequently leaked by DC Leaks on June and July 2016, and by WikiLeaks on July 22nd, 2016, during the 2016 Democratic National Convention. This collection included 19,252 emails, 834 attachments from the DNC, the governing body of the United States Democrat Party. Then it goes on. Here's the Washington Post. It says the Bernie Sanders campaign. In the emails, DN staffers derided the Sanders campaign. The Washington Post reported many of the most damaging emails suggest the committee was actively trying to undermine the Bernie Sanders presidential campaign. Basically, all of these examples came late in the primary after Hillary was clearly headed to victory. But they belie the National Party Committee's stated neutrality in the race, even at the late stage. So, I mean, why would they even be discussing these things if she's already won? Unless it was basically all planted. It was all staged for, a hack that they knew about. Just the thought. It's a good, I'm not trying to make, these things just are. I'm not making these things happen. I didn't do these things. They just are. They're right there. Why nobody else kind of saw this is beyond me. The other thing, if you just look at the numbers, man, okay, it's almost impossible for her to lose. Impossible. Unless she's doing it on purpose. I mean, she won the popular vote, which she loves to say now after the fact, and she basically hangs her hat on that. And this is like, these are all like these sort of little mini alibis for why, deniability. That she didn't do this. She didn't lose the election on purpose. She won the popular vote by nearly 3 million votes. Okay, which is significant, and when you consider it, I mean, it's a significant percentage of the total of 65,000 that she got. But if you just look at the map, all right, that's all she had to do. She could have spent her entire campaign in 2 states, in Florida and 1 other state, and she would have won. And that's all she would have had to do. She wouldn't even have, all these others are guaranteed, just about, with the exception of a few, maybe Nevada, But, she could have camped her whole campaign in Florida and won Wisconsin, which I think Bush lost, to Gore, and Kerry, I think. 2 states, that wins it for her. That's all she had to do. She could have ignored every other red state. It's just impossible, man. There's no way, dude. I'm telling you, I'm on to something. I really am. And I don't know if we'll ever know, Maybe we won't. The other thing that caught my eye is an article over the Daily Beast. And it's titled, "Why is Mueller hiding who ultimately directed Roger Stone to contact WikiLeaks?" Okay, and that's the title there. And it's mentioned throughout the indictment, which I have over here, and I'm going to go to it in a second, about senior Trump officials, senior Trump campaign officials, were in contact with Stone. But it didn't. That was news in and of itself when Stone got indicted, and in the indictment, that's a big deal. But what I didn't notice before is this. It says after the July 22nd, 2016 release of stolen DNC emails, that's the one during the Democratic National Convention. After the July 22nd, 2016 release of stolen DNC emails by Organization 1, which is believed to be WikiLeaks, a senior Trump campaign official was directed to contact Stone about any additional releases and what other damaging information WikiLeaks had regarding the Clinton campaign. What I didn't notice before is that statement there. A senior Trump campaign official was directed to contact Stone, but directed by who? That before it was all within the Trump campaign, and that's what I was thinking when Stone got indicted. I don't know when I started having these thoughts exactly. It was after that, I believe. But directed by whom? That could be somebody, and I'm not basing my whole thesis on this one piece of information, but that could be somebody from outside the Trump campaign. That could be somebody from the Hillary campaign. That could be, conceivably. A senior Trump campaign official was directed to contact Stone. Directed by whom? It could be somebody from within the Trump campaign, up even higher, but it's a senior Trump campaign official. That's already at the senior levels. I guess it could be that they're suggesting was directed to contact Stone by somebody even more senior than that senior campaign official, or could be somebody outside the campaign, somebody from the Hillary campaign. There's more, believe me. I keep continue to think on it, and I'm just going to pretty much end it there. Here's the actual indictment. It's pretty much word for word. In fact, I think they quoted it. They did. You know, after the July 22nd, 2016 release of DNC emails by Organization 1, a senior Trump campaign official was directed to contact Stone about any additional releases and what other damaging information Organization 1 had regarding the Clinton campaign. But again, directed to contact Stone by whom? I don't know. I'm sure we're going to find out eventually, but it's definitely interesting. And if you just kind of look, the next one, when you search that phrase, Trump campaign official throughout the indictment, also on or about October 3rd, 2016, Stone received an email from a reporter who had connections to high-ranking Trump campaign official that asked what he's got. Hope it's good. Stone responded in part, it is. I tell the high-ranking Trump campaign official, but he doesn't call me back. But what reporter? I don't know. That's not really, I don't know that that's pertinent to what I'm talking about specifically right here, but all right. So that's the story there for this version of this little journey I'm going on. And thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Pretty pleased with sugar on top. Give me a like down below. Smash that like button. And I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.